Okay, right guys. In previous class, we have discussed physical properties, periodic trends and introduction regarding the first year group elements. So in this video, we are going to discuss about chemical properties of the first year group elements. So first one, reaction with air. So first year group elements, when they are placed in the atmosphere, they will be tarnished. They will be tarnished and they will become dull. So tarnished means becoming dull. You know that these first year group elements are silvery white lustrous substances. Means they will shine, they will reflect the light. But when you place them in the presence of air, they form an oxide layer around the or on the surface of the metal. Oxide layer is formed. Due to the formation of the oxide layer, so they have become dull. Okay. So now, if you treat the lithium with oxygen, we can get here Li2O, lithium oxide. So to balance this, multiply with 4, next here 2. Next one, when you treat sodium with oxygen, this one gives sodium peroxide, Na2O2. And next one, remaining metals, when you treat with oxygen, they give superoxides. They give superoxide. Here M means potassium, and the next one rubidium and cesium. So here M means these metals. So right guys, here lithium gives always this one oxide, lithium oxide. And next one, in most of the cases, sodium gives sodium peroxide and remaining metals gives the superoxides when they are treated with the oxygen. Here, lithium won't give peroxides and the next one superoxides. The reason for that, so peroxides and superoxide. Peroxide means O2 minus 2 and superoxide means O2 minus. These two are, if you take this one, this is very large in size and this one also large in size, but comparing with this one contains small size. So however, when you compare with the O minus 2, these two are large in their size. Now if you take lithium, it forms lithium ion. That lithium ion is very small in size. And next one, it contains more electron, more positive cloud. It contains more positive cloud. In order to neutralize that lithium ion, we need an ion with more negative charge. So here O minus 2 is suitable. That's why lithium always reacts with O minus 2 or oxygen and gives lithium oxide. And remaining metals are, if you take the potassium, rubidium, cesium, they are large in size and they are able to react with the large size anions O2 minus. And the size of the sodium is, so when you compare with lithium and rest of the metals, this one has average size. So this is shows more tendency to react with the O2 minus 2, that is superoxide. So this is oxide, lithium oxide, this is peroxide. So here peroxide means between two oxygens, single bond present, and each oxygen is connected with sodium like this. Okay, actually here ionic bond present between these two, so Na plus and minus, and here also minus and Na plus. So here this linkage is known as peroxy linkage. And next, in this peroxide, oxidation state on oxygen is -1. In case of oxides, lithium oxide, oxidation state on the oxygen -2, in this case -1. In case of superoxides, in superoxides, if you take the KO2 is a superoxide. In this, on oxygen, oxidation state is -half. But all the first year group elements contain their oxidation state as +1. All first year group elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, all, when they are in respect to oxides, they show +1 oxidation +1 oxidation state, but oxygen in the oxide shows -2, oxygen in the peroxide shows -1, oxygen in the superoxide shows -half oxidation state. And one more exceptional thing here, lithium directly reacts with the nitrogen and gives lithium nitride. It gives lithium nitride. So to balance this one, multiply with 2 here and you take 6 times lithium. So I told you in the beginning video, in the starting video, lithium shows anomalous properties, abnormal properties when you compare with the rest of the elements in first A group. Because of its small size, the properties little bit different when you compare with the properties of the rest of the elements. Okay. And the next one, reaction with the water. Reaction with the water. Okay. So this first A group element vigorously reacts with water and forms lot of smoke. And next one, metal hydroxide. So first A group elements are vigorously reacts with the water and gives metal hydroxides and hydrogen gas. So M means here first A group elements: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. M means. Okay. When these are treated with the water, we can get here metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas we can get. So to balance this equation, multiply with 2 and 2, and this one also multiply with 2. So two metals, and the next one oxygens are 2. Here also 2 oxygens, and number of hydrogens are here 4 present. So multiply with 2. Okay. So now all the metals except this lithium, vigorously react with water. They react with water and gives hydrogen gas, and the next one metal hydroxide. So now here lithium it won't react with water vigorously. The reason for that, so when lithium is dropped in water, immediately it forms Li plus by losing the electron. So now this lithium is surrounded by the water molecules. So when the water molecules forms bonds or partial bonds with the lithium, so lot of energy is liberated from this sphere. So when energy is liberated from this one, it becomes very stable. So here Li plus contains very small size. In water, it releases more amount of energy. So you know that is known as hydration energy. Due to the forming of more hydration energy, lithium does not react with water vigorously. Okay. So this is about the reactivity of the first A group elements with the water. Next one, reaction with dihydrogen, that is H2 gas. Reaction with dihydrogen, H2 gas. So right, all the first A group elements reacts with the hydrogen gas at 673 kelvins and gives metal hydrides. Here M means sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. So when sodium is treated with the hydrogen at 673 kelvins, this one reacts with hydrogen and gives 2 moles of the sodium hydride. If you take the potassium, it gives 2 moles of the KH, potassium hydride. So now here lithium also reacts with the hydrogen. This one reacts with 1073 kelvins temperature and gives LiH, 2 moles of the LiH. This one gives. So because of very small size of the lithium and hydrogen, so in order to bring them in contact, we need to supply the more amount of energy comparing with remaining metals when they are reacting with hydrogen. So here lithium exceptional, this one reacts with hydrogen at this range of temperature and gives lithium hydride, and remaining all the elements react at 673 and gives metal hydrides. So this is about reactivity of metal hydride, first A group metals with hydrogen. And the next one, reaction with halogens. Reaction with halogens. So first A group elements reacts with halogen and forms metal halides. Here M means know that lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. For example, when you take sodium when it is treated with, and one more thing guys, here X means or X2 means F2, Cl2, Br2 and I2. They are halogens. So here when you take sodium, when it is treated with the fluoric gas, so we can get here NaCl. So 2 moles of the sodium reacts with 1 mole of fluorine and gives 2 moles of the sodium chloride. So here all the first A group metals reacts with the halogen and they can form metal halides. This is one example guys. So now among the metal halides of the first A group, lithium halides means lithium fluoride and lithium chloride and lithium bromide and lithium iodide. So these are more covalent. When you compare with the halides of the sodium and halides of the potassium and halides of the rubidium, cesium, etc. So here lithium halides are more covalent. Why here lithium halides are more covalent than other halides of the first A group element? The one and only reason, it's small size and more positive cloud and more positive charge density. Lithium has more polarizing power. One example I will give you. Let me take lithium Br, lithium bromide. So in this lithium bromide formation, so first Li converts into Li plus. So then the size of the Li plus is very small, it is present like this. And Br converts into Br minus. This is the size of the Br. So now before they interact together, this is in symmetrical form. Okay. So now when this lithium ion approaches the Br minus, then here there is a distortion takes place. Distortion takes place in the shape of the bromide and gives here there is no change in the shape of the lithium, and here bromide shape is distorted, means the electron cloud is attracted towards the lithium. It means that the electron cloud present on the bromine moves towards the lithium. When the electron cloud is moving towards the cation, then covalent nature increases. In a given compound. So here due to the more polarizing power, lithium compounds or lithium halides are more covalent. So when size of the cation decreases, if cation size decreases and anion size increases, then the covalent nature also increases. So here from lithium chloride to lithium iodide, the covalent character increases. Li, lithium iodide is more covalent than LiF. lithium fluoride. Right there. Right, student. So next chemical property of the first A group elements, the reducing nature of the first A group elements. So before going about this, before going to know about this one, better to have idea regarding oxidation and reduction. Oxidation and reduction. Oxidation means losing of electron by an atom or some species, some molecule, and reduction means gaining of electron by particle, maybe an atom or molecule, whatever. Oxidation means losing of electron, reduction means gaining of electron. Example, sodium, this one lose one electron and forms Na+. So here sodium undergoes oxidation because electron, this one lost one electron. And reduction means gaining of electron. Example, Cl gains electron and forms Cl minus. So this process is reduction. So this is oxidation and this is reduction. So now when you treat the sodium with the chlorine, what happens? Electron transfer takes place from sodium to chlorine and gives us NaCl compound, sodium chloride compound, NaCl. So now here electron transfer takes place from sodium to chlorine. So in this one, Na has positive charge and chlorine has minus charge. So now this process is oxidation and which is reduction. Oxidation and reduction. So now to reduce the chlorine, who are responsible here? Sodium. Sodium is giving the electron to the chlorine and chlorine is reduced to chlorine minus. Now this is the reducing agent because this is the responsible. So this one is responsible to reduce the chlorine to Cl minus. And the next one, Cl is known as here oxidizing agent. Because of the chlorine here, sodium is oxidized to Na+, which is responsible for the oxidation, that is chlorine, which is known as oxidizing agent, and which is responsible for the reduction, that is known as reducing agent. This one is responsible to reduce the chlorine, so sodium is reducing agent. All the first A group elements are good reducing agents because they always give or loss one electron. That electron is gained by the reacting species and it will be reduced. So right, reducing nature is directly proportional to the atomic radius or atomic size, guys. When size increases, the reducing capacity, electron losing capacity also increases. For example, you take lithium, this is the size of the lithium, and you take cesium, size of the cesium. So now electron, this is the nucleus and this is the last electron, nucleus and electron. Now in which case or which element is ready to lose the electron? So which one has more capacity to lose the electron? This one has more capacity to lose the electron. So here the removal of electron is very easy, or this one can lose the electron easily and reduce the reacting partner. So from top to bottom here we can expect the order reducing order, we can expect this one. Cesium has more reducing capacity than potassium. And the next one, rubidium, potassium, sodium, and we can expect lithium here. So this is the expected order because when atomic radius increases, the reducing nature also increases. So this is the expected order, but the observed order is this one. Lithium has more reducing nature than cesium, even though it contains small size. So then what is the reason for that? The reason is this one has more hydration. This one has more hydration energy. So lithium, when it is dissolved in water, it forms lithium ion, and this ion surrounded by the water molecules, more number of water molecules. During this process, more amount of energy is liberated, and here it becomes very stable. So here lithium has more hydration energy. This one can release the more hydration energy, and it becomes very stable. So this is ready to lose the electron to gain or to release the more energy, and it becomes stable. So simply due to the more hydration energy, lithium shows more reducing capacity than cesium. Okay, so this is the reducing nature of the first A group elements. So right guys, chemical properties are completed. So right guys, the last concept in this one, uses of the first A group elements. So now first let me start with lithium. Okay, so lithium is used in the making of the different types of the alloys. Let us see some examples. Lithium is mixed with lead, and the alloy which is formed from these two, lithium and lead, which is known as white metal. And this white metal is used bearing for motor engines. Okay. Next, the alloy of lithium and aluminum is used in the making of aircrafts. Because it is very light in weight, that's why used to make the aircrafts. And the next one, the alloy of lithium and magnesium. An alloy of lithium and magnesium used to make the armor plates. You know, armor plates are used for the soldiers. Soldiers are dressed the armor plates when they are in the battlefield to protect their bodies. Okay, and the next one, this is used in the thermal nuclear reactions. In thermal nuclear reactions, lithium is used, and in the electrochemical cells. In the electrochemical cells also, lithium is used. And next one, sodium. Right. So right guys, this sodium is used to mix with the lead, Pb. And here the lead which is mixed by the sodium, which is used to make the organolead. I will give you example. PbEt4 means tetraethyl. Et means ethyl symbol. Ethyl. Tetraethyl lead, and one more PbMe4 tetramethyl lead. Me means methyl. Tetramethyl lead. So these two are used as anti-knocking additives in petrol. So these two are, any one of these, used in the and used as anti-knocking additive in the petrol. So by using them, the efficiency of the engine increases. So this is about sodium, guys. And the next one, potassium. You know that potassium plays very vital role in the biological functions. So next one, potassium. This one plays a vital role in the biological activities or functions. It is essential in the biological functions. And next one, the compounds of the potassium. Example, KCl is used as a fertilizer. And the next one, KOH, which is used in the making of the soaps. Right? And last one, cesium. So this cesium is used in the photoelectric cells, which is used in the photoelectric cells. So this is about the uses of the first A group elements, guys. And next, I have forget to explain one thing: the solubility of the first A group elements in liquid ammonia. When the first A group elements are, so first let me write the heading: solubility of first A group elements. Solubility of first A group elements in liquid ammonia. So now, when these elements are any one of the elements you can take, I am taking sodium, and which is a liquid ammonia. So this is liquid ammonia. So now when you add sodium to this one, so here this one turns into blue color. So on long standing, so the color changes blue to bronze color. Let us see what kind of chemical interaction takes place between sodium and liquid LH3. So now after adding sodium in ammonia, so X plus Y moles of the ammonia, here you can get a complex. First electron is lost by the sodium and gives Na plus. That Na plus is coordinated by X moles of the ammonia. So on the complex plus charge present, because electron lost by sodium here. So here sodium is in +1 oxidation state. Now the lost electron also coordinated by the ammonia, that is Y moles of ammonia. Here X and Y means they are positive integers, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, 4, whatever. So here X moles of ammonia, sodium is coordinated by X moles of the ammonia, and the complex contains positive charge, and here this electron also coordinated by the Y moles of the ammonia, and upon this one minus charge present. So now this is a free electron here. So when this electron absorbs the energy, this one undergoes excited state, and after that when it is de-excites, so energy is liberated, radiation is liberated. That's why the solution of the sodium and ammonia is blue in color. On long standing, what happens here? On long standing, here sodium NH3 taken X times plus, and here you take this electron. This electron is gained by the NH3. When electron is gained by the NH3, one hydrogen is dissociated, and that one comes out half mole of the hydrogen. And here we can get NaNH2. Yes, right, students. Okay. So right. However, first when sodium is dissolved in ammonia, you can get this complex, and here one electron is also present. So here one electron during the excitation and de-excitation, it liberates the radiation, due to the liberation of the radiation which is in blue color. So on long standing, this electron is gained by the NH3, and here this one comes as NaNH2, and hydrogen releases as hydrogen gas is released here. So due to the formation of this one, color changes to bronze. So right, this is about the first A group elements.